Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Welcome students. Today we will be continuing our discussions on technology deployment for mine closure in our this journey with discussing on mine closure and sustainability planning. While taking up the planning operation, we need to know the horizontally and vertically lot of different things, because planning is it is a vision job that we need to exactly visualize a future, and for that lot of informations are required, and that's why it is essential that to know about all the associated technology and development so that you can become a good, better planner. And as we have already discussed, the mine closure is an integrated closure. That means it requires a lot of different activities to be integrated. Now in that, when we talk about this industry 4.0, which is a buzzword these days, everybody is talking about it, and I assume that as a engineering student you have already got sufficient informations about what is this industry 4.0. When we talk industry 4.0, it is exactly a abbreviation, or in a form we are telling about industrial revolution 4.0. All of you know that industrial revolution, it started with the introduction of steam engine in that about 200 years ago, when it started this operations, that and then it slowly it developed. A mechanization came from this. After the development of steam engine, many operations started getting mechanized, the first of which were the textile industry, and then the industrial revolution came to Europe, and then to all English and Europe dominated other countries. So during that time, after that, industrial revolution 2 came with the introduction of electricity and electrical power, electrical drive, and with that electrical drive, that industrial revolutions, it brought the mass production. That is the Ford, you might have heard about that Ford company, which first started developing this automobiles. It's a very good history. We don't have the time to discuss about it, but I request you, please go through how the mass production in automobile it started, and this industrial revolution 2 came. After that industrial revolution 2, in this 20th century, in the first and second decade it started, and it continued till the third industrial revolution. It came with the development of the computer. The computers and automation, it started exactly in the world in the 60s, 70s. In our country, India, we were a bit slow in that sense, that there were some political disturbance and the political apathy to this development, and computerization came little late in India, though we salute to Indian Railway, which first started working with it along with the other industries, aviations and all, they brought in. But when we talk about the mining industry, the computer and then the digitalization, it came rather very slowly. Only in the 21st century it has culminated now. But by the time it has started, the people talking about this cyber physical systems, or this fourth generation of industrial revolution, which is basically bringing the control, and then it is bringing the internet when the web enabled digital systems it came up. After that, when this now people talk about this artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, and by that it started changing. There were exactly when the SCADA came in the late 90s of the last century, last decade, there were a lot of this control based on the informations collected, the plants and then manufacturing sector. This fourth generation of industrial revolution started coming. Now we are looking forward to the next fifth generation, Industry 5.0 on the doorstep, because now the development has become faster. But the mining industry, though it is a slow, but it has been adopting this computer digitalizations, computer technology, and that first mine planning as a computerized mine planning started in the 60s and 70s, and then the mining machinery, their computerized manufacturing, it also started in the 70s and 80s of the last, and then today the equipment manufacturing and then their operation and control, it has got already, it has implemented this cyber physical systems or the Industry 4.0 in a very full-fledged and advanced state. Now when we are talking about the mine closure, now for closing operations, this mining 4.0, that in the industrial revolutions and the fourth generation industrial revolutions in mining industry will also be adopted in the closure operations. Now what is that exactly? Industry 4.0 is already getting operating in our production systems, our machinery maintenance system, our automations in the transport and processing, and then there is a that impact of man and our environment by mining, it can be reduced by incorporation of this Industry 4.0 as a mining 4.0. And in that, so our today the mining 4.0 involves a lot of mining automation. This mining is exactly now that where it is an operations from the managing a different type of supply chain, from the raw materials to the mining industry to the supply of the product to the different industry, and then transportation system, getting the explosives to blast. Then there's it requires a lot of unit operations in mining. In those who are studying mining engineering, you know that there are different unit operations, but for better control we require a securely visualizing the whole enterprise and its operations. Now when you want to do all these operations monitored and brought together to a control room, there comes the applications of this information technology, communication engineering, and the development, what we can say that with the data, and the data analysis become a part and parcel of modern mining, and that is where your Industry 4.0 mining automation data are coming in. So in this lecture I will not be telling you to the technology which is involved in the Industry 4.0, but as a user's perspective, what exactly you should know. After this lecture, I hope that you will be able to explain what Industry 4.0 means. I think by now you have understood that, and you can go through a little bit more literatures and develop one small write-up, what is Industry 4.0 and how fast we are entering into Industry 5.0. Start working on, imagine, then think of what a mining 5.0 or Industry 5.0 will be looking like, where instead of many of our digital display and all will be taken care of by three-dimensional hologram. Instead of our planning on a pen and paper, we will be doing 3D printing of our mine mine shape. We will be doing the underground mine structure through a 3D printing. We will be able to see that those type of, and then controlling them all together will be Industry 5.0. maybe in the near future you will be seeing. So you should be able to name at least the areas that are being influenced by the Industry 4.0 in mining, and you should start initiate reading on advanced technology for mining and mine closure. That is the objective of this, so that you develop an interest, so that this particular area will be transforming our mining industry and the mine closure operations. So what that Industry 4.0, I have already just told you to be a little bit more on it. It is a cyber physical system. When we say it is what is a cyber physical system? It is particularly an automation is brought into it, where the different physical things remotely connected, they can be together, communicate amongst themselves, and they will be having that Internet of Things to start the control based on by taking a decision making by itself. So that means this cyber physical system, it works with a lot of sensors, and they are interpreting the data. By using artificial intelligence, a decision making becomes inbuilt into it, so that it can actuate different controlling functions, and that functions can be self optimized, can be self configured, can be self diagnostic. If there is a system is running, there could be any problem. Before the problem comes, that the information and data which is collected by different sensors are analyzed by the intelligence inbuilt, or intelligence which is continuously formed, and after that they will be doing the controlling of the operations. So, and for doing that, nowadays lot of other associated technology are being introduced, like our drone, which is exactly going to get our all remote sensing tools becoming more productive. With the use of drone, we can take the total mine mapping very quickly, 3D imaging, and then advanced engineering, robotics. These are being incorporated. As you can see that there are some of the things you can read little bit about how the augmented reality is coming. There was a virtual reality. From the virtual reality, it is now coming to the augmented reality, and then the data analytics now started talking about the big data from the all parameters. That is where there were earlier the decisions were done only by some of the measurable parameters. So few influencing factors were taking. Now they are going deeper inside. The deep learning takes place by when we can identify number of influencing factors which are simultaneously working over there. When we take all this data, then we can model how the things are changing. And for that, whether it is a autonomous vehicle, whether we are using a automatically, that is operator release machines like shovel, like a dumper, dozer, cranes, everything can be operated with that. For that, what is required, that the simulation techniques, that means we can get a real life simulated over there. You can be hearing some of the term like your digital twin. When it is maintaining the things, we can create a digital twin on the screen, and then whatever the operations, the expert can be sitting over here, and only one operator or a robot which will be there, their controlling knob can be done from the operator's table, or things, that type of things have already been brought, and this where it will be integrated into a system with this Internet of Things. Then overall everything will be transforming the mining process, and when we do the mining like that, we will be talking how that closure also will take place. So there in Sweden, they have done a lot of work. You know that Sweden is famous for the Kiruna underground mines. Now near to the mines only, you may be knowing the Luleå University. Luleå University is this Professor Geller and Professor Uday Kumar. They had been doing a lot of work on this, and they are transforming. They have made a roadmap for the Swedish mining sector, where there will be a robotized mining, autonomous mining, then there will be a mechanized mining and its remote productions, and that from the manual mining, how it will be transforming it with all this. That could be there at present, wherever we are doing the manual mining, many things are manual and they are sub-optimized, and that sub-optimized manual operations, when it will be going to the autonomous with the digital technology, it will go to an optimized system. In the optimized system, when you will be going to doing the automatic, then your equipment and the environment, everything will be inspected, controlled, and operated for the best productivity and safer operations. That is the vision. So that's why when we talk about the mining 4.0, from there to go to the fifth generation, there will be lot of areas. That is your there will have to be machine-to-machine communications. The shovel operator, without operator, the shovel will be working. Without operator, the dumper will be done. When the excavator will be excavating, it will be communicating to the dumper by different type of gadgets and information flow. You will be knowing that where the dumper, which position the dumper will have to be exactly standing, so that the operator will be taking the minimum time to load it over there. So it is not only the loading, it will be also controlling the cycle time, and that will go. So that's why the machine to machine communication in mining, different unit operations will be doing in a sequence. Some work will be sequence, some work will be parallel. That parallel and your sequential operations will be optimized, because through this machine to machine communication, which will be using their locational informations, that your GPS, that global positioning system, will be there, and there will be, that is either the transmissions using this radio frequency, there will be the information will be going from one machine to another. Every machine will be having its transmitter and receiving sections. A communication network will take place, and within the machines there are so many sensors will be telling whether that is the fuel system is working okay, braking system working okay, steering system working okay. If there is any untoward incident takes place, where the warning will go, and then not only with the machine to machine, but also in the control room the communication will take place. And that has been done with a ruggedized sensors. In the mining environment, with temperature, dust, water, cloud, all that thing, the sensors will have to work, and that's why the development in the instrumentations and electronics, mechatronics will be used by those sensors, and there the data whatever has been collected by that will have to be analyzed by using artificial intelligence. That the learning from the data and that the machines taking its own decision, that is the job of the artificial intelligence. Those are nothing but it is some of the tools and techniques, some algorithm is to be developed, and then it is a job of conducting the coding part of it. That if you know the technology, how the machine works, how the factors affect, those informations are more important. After that, to get it done as the artificial intelligence applications, you can hire any computer scientist or any computer educated persons will be able to help you. But thing is that what you require, what is the technology, what are the factors, these are the most important, and that is the technology. And then you will be having that computer science has developed a lot of things nowadays. You will be using cloud, so that how the informations will be communicated and shared, those data informatics will be used over here. And this ICT, that is exactly the information technology and the communication technology, that is the main thing by which your industrial Internet of Things will be coming up. And when this is put, then our whole operation takes place. Now once you know about this, then there will be a machine embedded sensors, and this your supervisory control and data acquisition, this SCADA, this is another thing which revolutionized our industry 3.0 to industry 4.0. During this transition period, this SCADA system of software and hardware, they made a lot of differences over there. And in that, exactly in your mining, number of problems, and in the maintenance sectors, vibration, tribology, thermography, all these things are put over there, and then these embedded sensors exactly used for controlling the whole operations. So basically, when you are going towards this industry 4.0 in mining, we know about that what will be the field instrumentation required, what are the field controllers required, how the human machine interface will be there, and then from the human machine interface, how the machine to machine interface will be developed, and then the network connectivity, whether we are doing it exactly by your direct connections or by remote connections, by wireless connections, then how these informations are archived, where from it is put, how they are processed, all these things will be taken up. So if any one of you are interested, if you have got a knack to learn these things and put it over there, you should start doing few small activities. Don't think of going one day to the industry 5.0. For that, at least sit with your electronics gadgets and electronic instrumentation, start developing few things over there. At least try to see whether you can put in your hostel that coffee coffee making machines, whether you can make it remotely start operating when you put your bicycle in your cycle stand. So that type of, it is a simple things. You can easily instrument your coffee making machines, and then with your cycle stand you can have a put your number of friends can together, they will be putting their room number over there, then the coffee maker, if it is there in your room, will start working. This type of small activities, and that this is an example you will have to do in your DIY course. In your DIY course, in your curriculum is now there to prepare yourself to jump to the industry 5.0. 4.0 has already been done, and a lot of companies have already started. You will have to work on that. Now this industry 4.0 technology for mining, it will be giving a different type of things. I will not tell about that what are the biomechanical support or what are the different wearable things are coming up today, but by as an example of things, if you are having some of the wearable sensors in your body and you go in an underground mine, there is, if there is no proper illuminations, you can have your infrared that is your sensors to see the things, getting in darkness also you can get the visibility, and you will be monitored from the surface wherever you are doing, whenever you are working. Now suppose you want to lift a certain machines and part, at that time you can have additional arms which will be giving you extra strength. When you have to climb a, say in a ladder in an underground mines in a very small space, at that time you can have your some of the biomechanical supports on your legs and all, so that your own ligaments and your flesh etc not getting tensed. So that type of devices can be there, and when they will be actuated and all, your every locations wherever you are there, because of your wearable sensors and because of that you will be having those gadgets on the miner can be looked into over there. So there are a lot of research that's going on this. Exactly, the miner safety is a very, very important thing, and they can be monitored by putting sensors on his body, and from there the warning can be given if you are doing some wrong jobs and things like that. So these are some of the areas in the that is your sensors technology, your health, that is your that is your biomechanics. These are going on, and they will have to be integrated for the mining operations. Whatever you will be doing in the mining operations also can be useful for your underground mine closure operations. At the mine closing stage, your mining is done, you will have to take out the instruments and all that thing. At that time there is a less ventilations, there could be some of the area not maintained for a long time, there will be more risk. That's why you will have to get more automations over there. You cannot make many people go over there. If you are sending one person, make him fully gadget, and then so that he can give all the informations. At the same time he is safe, so that when he is going approaching a gallery where there is a methane gas and all, where by his wearable sensors it will be giving you a signal that you do not go beyond it, or it can automatically this is actuate the oxygen mask which he will be taking. Say this, if the underground environment oxygen has come down, by the wearable gadgets he will be finding, and automatically a mask may come up that okay, and he will automatically start getting oxygen from the store which he will be carrying. So like that, different type of things will be necessary at the time of making a survey of a mine for getting it closer. So there will be an automated safety system. So when we do these things, this is a automation of the safety, whatever I have said. It is a story I am telling, but thing is that you will have to imagine. First thing is, whatever the new development will be coming, new technology will be coming, whatever you have studied in your basic electronics and then the basic electrical engineering and basic mechanical engineering, enough. After that it is your job. You need to only imagine. You will have to just think just like as J.K. Rowling thinks about Harry Potter's films, when he makes it things like that, imagination. You imagine that if you are to exactly close an underground mine, you will have to do it over there, what type of problems may be coming, and think of that how it can be helping, and there comes the innovations will be coming, and your automated system where the operator knows everything. Now in a mining it will be looking like that. The mine operators, as a mining engineer, You will not be going underground mines quite often, or once you will be going only because you acquire the knowledge how it goes. After that you will be imagining, and once you know that, you will be sitting in such type of rooms, and from there you should be with your gadgeted eye, with your Industry 4.0 enabled eyes, you will be seeing each and every locations, and from there the informations will be coming to different monitors, and from there we will have to do. And for that, unfortunately, you are not getting exposed to that. But in our new education policy, when it will be coming, every mining engineering department will have to have such type of laboratories, and for that DIY has started in your, if you have missed because of you are not in the new curriculum, but you must start working with your first year colleague that who have just joined in the colleges. They are doing DIY, you join in them, whatever you have learned from there, get associated with them to do it yourself, some of the activities by which, so that in near future we can develop such type of laboratories in our departments. So new Industry 4.0 technology in the mining will do things, make life easier, whether it is for closing or whether it is for producing. The heavy machinery erection yard in a mines, there are a lot of things, that lot of new mining activity get delayed because the machines procured do not get erected in time. There exactly this Industry 4.0 will be helping. Similarly, for demolition of the mine where there is a lot of hazards, that can be robotized and it will be improving. It will save money. After all, wherever you can do the job faster, safer, with less manpower, you will be saving money, because you will not be doing more environmental damage. Before the environment gets more damaged, you are getting the systems warning, and you are mitigating by some of the automated means, and that way environment can be better protected. And this Industry 4.0 will keep you safe, and then you will be enabled to work better, because the persons, wherever he is there in underground mines or in open cast mines, his locations, his conditions, his everything is being monitored, and someone at the top, they are knowing, and if you do any mistake at the same time, you will be getting warning, so you will be enabling you to work better. Similarly, it will give you the information, that is the power, that data when they are collected and then analyzed, and that quickly it is becoming an information. How quickly you can convert data into information, then you will be getting powered. So the data analytics people, they do not know that information you require for your area, your industry, your technology. So that is where the power is. Only by doing data analysis will not help you. So that's why try to get that how that information can be made for your work, and that will be giving you a valuable insight into the system, how your whole mining operations are taking place. Once you know, then you will be having, so for closer operations, you know that a lot of leveling work is there. So we always tell that the first machine to go in a mine operation is the dozer, and the last machine to come out of the after closing is also the dozer. Now the dozer, this has been exactly part of this digitalization, and then the automated dozer, it has come about more than 15 years ago, that automated, that remotely controlled dozer operator started working. It first came as a remote operated machines, but today not only the remote control, it is giving a tele operations, and then the fully automated functions can be done at the same time. When your artificial intelligence and machine learning has been incorporated into the dozer, it can decide where to go, which direction it should do, what it can optimize. A dozer can be doing at the same dosing directions, or it can be doing at what angle it will be turning. All these things can be optimized by the getting the data at that spot itself, and then processing it and getting the informations, getting the direction. So to that end, you will have to do a lot of study on this dozer operation itself. So Industry 4.0 for post mining monitoring will have to give that remote sensing, and GIS will be playing a big role, and from there exactly we will have to know the whole total area, how the degradation has taken place, and then from there depending on the degradations you will be planning out that what are the operations you will be doing. And then wireless sensor network, because different water body, different air pollutions, different dust concentrations, the people movement, then your some toxic if any toxic things are coming out of it, all these things are getting sensed from there, and then a wireless sensor network will be giving these things, and they will be developing wherever the contamination is distributed, where this exactly they will be doing a geospatial modeling in GIS, and from there your water quality, how it will have to be there, where the plantations will have to be there, which tree in which plantation area, when the water will have to be sprayed, when the fertilizer will be coming, all these things can be controlled, and then that will be there in an integrated database. When we have done this monitoring part, it will trigger automatic some mitigating measures, and by that we will be having exactly this new remote engineering approach will be coming. So this is the new terminology I am telling you, that remote engineering. You might have done distance educations now, you have been online education now, that is your many engineers are as remote engineers, they are joining many companies for their exactly the maintenance job. In a big maintenance job, the maintenance engineer may be a remote engineer. From the remote he will be looking into the systems there and doing, say an expert engineers will be remotely operating, he will be having on his a digital twin. On the digital twin he will see, and then he will just having a control with the telephone network, with your internet network, he will be having a direct informations from the persons who is working over there, and then he will be doing as an expert, the remote engineering will be done. The remote monitoring is coming over there. Nowadays we need not go from Delhi, need not go to the CPWD road if it is being done at somewhere near Talcher, and from Delhi only the CPWD persons can see that whether the road surface have been properly, the base, sub base and the surfacing layer, the width, that crown of the road is maintained or not. The engineer need not come to inspect, but he will be looking it from there. At the same time, whatever the conditions will be recorded and all, so that engineer cannot take some additional money or extra treatment to say that this road is okay. So that type of remote engineering, and by this our technology enabled things are coming up. So you will have to think yourself, you are a engineer, so your engineering knowledge will have to be technically empowered, and for that you will have to look into how remote engineering in your demolishing work also can be done. So there had been lot of demolitions. So for example, this type of a mine tower, that is your mine winder were there, and that was to be actually demolished. For that job, to before closing the whole area and making a post mining land use plan will have to do, and for that lot of informations will be necessary. And there is some of the things you can see as one of the mine, that how this was a diamond mine. They were in a very remote area, and in that remote area, this mine, they were doing a lot of very good business. Now mine diamond has been no more coming, so it is to be closed. You can see that during the operations of the mining, what type of infrastructure that develops, such type of buildings, such type of things over there. But if you are in a very remote area, you cannot get all these things to be brought into, but thing is that they will have to be demolished. In this area, because they have taken from the say forest land, then it will have to be returned to the forest land, or if it is to show, then for demolishing, they will have to bring the machines and all from the plus to that remote area. Again, the way they build it up, that same way it will be brought again, and then see these whole machines are to be brought into this remote area from another area by they airlift. The huge cranes, huge machines are airlifted, and that airlifted machines are placed into the mines for the demolition activities. So you can see over here, that is your how after bringing it, they will be starting exactly breaking down the structures, and then getting the material will be brought into, and then they keep it so that structures are demolished mechanically. Some of them we can do with the blasting. You have seen also now in that our very recently the Twin Tower demolitions you have seen. Similarly, in a mining area, when a mining will be over, many structures will be demolished. Many engineers have started doing this demolition blasting, but demolitions by mechanical means and all, you can see here how the structures are totally broken down, and then that area which used to be a active mining area with lot of processing plants and all, it gets totally removed, that all its infrastructures taken out, and then the area suddenly become full of debris and all. Many of this they just take it as and they classify the debris for recycling, and they have got certain money is recovered from there, but ultimately the area becomes, so they go away again where from they came. Airlift, they are all machines, the people go, and that area is left as a mining area. So you have seen that closure, it requires deployment of technology, it requires a lot of things are yet to be done, but you need to know in the one course, it's a general overall idea I have been trying to give you, that the mine closure maybe it may be for any other business closures, you will have to use technology. So in this lecture I have given a brief introductions of how technology is going to change the mine closing activities future, and then also while defining mine closure activities and the technology involved, it is now essential to explore how advanced digital technology, remote sensing and GIS, they have got different tools, those and the remote engineering automation will assist in future. So your digital information sharing is a must, and you'll have to do that so that our environment ultimately will have to be created. The post mining site must be again environmentally supportive to our work. So there are lot of researchers are available nowadays because of this internets and all. You know everything, all things are there, but just so long the knowledge is in the page of books, it does nothing. So don't go on reading things over there. Read one or two and start doing some small things by yourself. Take up learning activity, and then only you will be able to exactly develop your expertise, maybe as a remote engineer or as a field engineer or as a work manager. World is for you. Thank you.